Hi, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, my name is Alexia, also known as MJ Alleyway. In today's video, I am going to be showing you what I made with just dollar store yarn. I originally went to I'm trying to think, I think two different Dollar Trees to see if I could find yarn. The one that's closest to me that I always go to never has anything. The one, I can't even say that's closest to me. I have so many Dollar Trees around me, but then another one that's close to me I went to, and they had a bunch of yarn, and I kind of just got excited and I grabbed a bunch of it. So I think originally I spent maybe around $30, but I ended up not using a good bit of it, and I have a pile now of stuff that is just going to be returned that I'm not going to use. So, and I have a silly amount of yarn currently just in general in my life, so you might be like, why are you even going to return it even if it's a dollar store? It's well, money's money. One, two, I cannot have any more yarn right now that is not going to be used. If I'm not going to use it, I don't want it. So I ended up having about $20 worth of supplies, which I will show you what colors you'll see, what colors I used and stuff. And then I did not get a crochet hook from the dollar store. Now, they didn't have any crochet hooks, but also I can't, even if they did have crochet hooks there, at the ones I went to. I know some other Dollar Trees do, but even if they did, it wouldn't really make sense to spend $1.25 on a crappy crochet hook when you can honestly get them for cheaper elsewhere that are better quality. I will put a couple links down below of ones that I would recommend if you were just starting out. Now, also, when it comes to this video, I specifically it's geared towards market prepping in a way. So usually people who are market prepping already have crochet hooks. This isn't you've never crocheted before and now you're gonna market prep. It usually doesn't happen that way. But I will put some budget-friendly crochet hooks that I'd recommend starting out down below. Also, when it came to polyfill, I was looking at the stuffed animals there, if I was gonna sacrifice a stuffed animal in order to have the polyfill. The only ones I could find were these $5 kind of squishmallow type stuffed animals, and they're in the Dollar Tree Plus area, so they were $5, and they were not that big, and you can get a big bag of polyfill for far less. In terms of, honestly, you can get it for probably around $3.50, I think it was, because they're on sale right now at Michael's. You can get a big bag of polyfill. So yeah, I would not recommend grabbing a $5 stuffed animal from there to use the polyfill from, even if you are in a bind when it comes to money. It just wouldn't make sense to spend $5 on that when you can get it cheaper elsewhere. So I'm just gonna get into what I made and what I would or plan to price them at my next market. Now, these prices, I've said it many times in my videos, the way I price things might be different than the way other people price things. I shouldn't have to, say the disclaimer or whatever, but pricing is a sensitive topic around handmade crafts and all types of stuff. I think it was a couple of videos ago, I had people commenting saying that they could never sell stuff for the amount that I'm selling stuff for in their area, and other people saying that my stuff's too cheap. So it's you can't really satisfy everybody, and you really just have to it's really a personal thing. If you aren't willing to spend that amount of money on that, then that's fine. You aren't my target audience, and that's okay. And if you're comfortable with selling something for cheaper, then that's again, it's you, it's your craft, it's whatever you want to do. So this is just me, all right? Disclaimer. Done. First up is this flamingo. I ended up using a little bit of the black yarn here, and you'll see in other projects I use like a black speckled yarn a lot more. This is the only time I used, I'm pretty sure, just a straight black yarn. So I did not count this, the $1.50, the $1.25 black yarn. I did not count that just because I didn't use like any more of it. So now since I opened it and stuff, I'm not gonna return it, but I'm not gonna count that because you can just be smarter with how you pick your colors. I just kind of was like grabbing a bunch of stuff, and if you just get one color of black, you don't need a black speckled one and the black. I mean, you can, but for the sake of this video, just pretend this is black speckled stuff because I used just one on the rest of everything else. So pink flamingo, I would price this at $15. Next up, I've made these multiple times on here. It is like one of my favorite patterns. I just think it is so cute. They work up, pretty quick, but and they're no sew, which is awesome. But I just think they are super cute, and they look their best with embroidered faces. Sometimes plushies don't look that good when it comes to embroidered faces, and I'm like a big safety eye gal, so I've been like really loving embroidering lately, especially when it comes to this, because I didn't want to use any safety eyes because I'm just trying to use as much stuff from the dollar store as possible, but it's like really relaxing, and I just think these bunnies are just so cute. I just love this pattern. This is a pattern that I can make like multiple times, and I just love it because the outcome is just so cute. So I'd price this at $12. Did not weave in these ends just because yeah, I don't know. This is a coaster, or supposed to be a coaster. I would only price this at $3. Now when I get to the end, I'll talk a little bit more about like the yarn, my yarn preferences and stuff like that, and like how I feel about the yarn at the dollar store. I would have to make a good bit of these in order to have them at my market. I'm not just going to take one coaster, so I would have to market prep more of these. I do have enough yarn to market prep more coasters. I just didn't want to. Like I just didn't enjoy it. It wasn't like, I just didn't want to do that. So but I do have this. I would sell it for $3, and then I'd probably do like a 2 for $5 type deal or something. I don't know. So coaster. This is by the same person who does the bunny, the same pattern creator. I'm just realizing now, looking in the mirror behind me, that the sun is shining on these babies. Put it over here a little bit so you can see it better. So this little chunky cube cat, by the same pattern creator. This is a free pattern. I'm trying to think. I think this is a free pattern too. As always, the patterns will all be linked down below. But this is a free pattern on YouTube. And I would price this at, I have it with like the bunny, so it would be, $12 also. I don't know how I feel. I don't know how firm I am on that price. It does, I don't know. But right now, that's what I have written down, and that's how I feel. It would go in like the $12 area. Then I just kind of freehanded this little Kirby, because I had, this pink yarn, and I was just wondering what to do with it. So this would be $8. Now, these were really popular last year, and my next market, as of right now, isn't until October and potentially September. So, they're going to be like Halloween themed markets. So, I made these, which again, I know, like I said, were popular last year. These little hanging things, people can put them on their car rearview mirrors at their own discretion, because I guess it's illegal in most states, but yeah, so they're like the car hangers. You can also like wrap them like around like a purse, so it's like a little charm hanging off, or just whatever. I would sell these for $15, and I made I have another Ghost and Pumpkin, so that's another 15. I just have to make the, you know, the cord. And then I have a bat, cute little bat and pumpkin. So that would also be another 15. So I just kind of freehanded this, and again, I will talk more about the yarn later, but this is just like another little like car hanger thingy, or, you know, purse charm, backpack charm, whatever. I don't know. I would probably put this as like $9. I try to be consistent when it comes to market prepping. So like if I'm gonna have a bunch of like, you know, the car hanger things or whatever, then I would want them all to be the same price. But like looking at this, I'm like, I'm not gonna charge 15 for this. So in my mind, I'm like, you know, this would be $9. But when it comes to market prepping specifically, I would then, you know, I would make more that are $9 and more that are 15 and have them in a separate area, just because it makes more sense and it keeps things more organized and just a little bit more professional. So that same pink cubic cat, I guess they're called her cubic cat, I don't know. I made a little blue one in acrylic yarn, and then this is a little doggy. He reminds me of a little s'mores marshmallow doggy thing. Originally, when I was making the pattern, I did this one first. I thought that it started at the top, or no, yeah, I thought it started at the top, and so I started with white because it was supposed to be like this way, but it doesn't matter. So I have these. I'm probably gonna make these keychains, and you can also just like you know, crochet like a cord or chain, you know, whatever, and just have you know, just like something hanging here, and this can just be like a backpack charm or whatever, if you don't have any keychain like hardware or anything like that. And I would price them the same if they were like a little backpack buddy or if they were keychains. So these $9. So next up, I made some plants. I didn't weave in the ends to all of these, so, you know, I don't want to hear it, but I was not gonna, it was either that or, you know, it was either I left it like this without weaving in all my ends of stuff, or this video didn't come out till next week, and that's too much. It's doing too much. So I made this one. This is one that the ends are weaved in. I would charge 15 for this. Whole hot mess with all of the ends hanging. They have to, you know, fix and whatnot. I might add two, just because it's like a little bit bigger. I think I'd want to add some more. So those ones that I showed would be 15. This one I would charge 18 because it's bigger. One more that I made that is not done yet, but this is another one that would be 15. I have to make obviously the hanger to it. I have the yarn. It's not like I don't have the yarn, you know, so I didn't run out of supplies. I still have it, I just didn't finish it. So this would be 15 as well. Next up, I freehanded this little pouch here. I have this written down right now as, let's see, as $12, but if I made more of these, I'd use different yarn. And then if I had multiple of these, I would charge $15 for them. It's hard whenever I look at something and I'm like, I only have one, and I know, you know, I'm like, depending on what it is, if it's just some random thing that's just there by itself, it's different than just having like one cow or, you know, plushie cow or whatever, because like as a collective you have plushy stuff. Yeah, so right now I look at it and I'm like 12, but the amount of time it took me to crochet and to sew it together, realistically it should be 15. Next up is a super cute little pattern. These are just little suns. This one doesn't have a face yet. Look how cute they are. This pattern works up pretty quick and is just so cute. And I feel like there might be a pattern mod, I don't know, but I'm like, you know, you can make it into like a little flower or something and change these up a little bit. Or the one I made before, I'm pretty sure I used yellow and then orange going around. But yeah, so these I have as $8 each. They're pretty quick to make. Lastly, I made this little bear, little squishy bear. The pattern for this, the bear would, like, it has more rounds in it, but I was running out of the blue, so I cut down on the rounds, but I still will put the pattern down below for the bear. So this would be in the little cheapy area, $8. Okay, so I actually got this there too, this little crochet kit, which is just funny because this is just whatever, I'm not even gonna comment on it. I got it because it came with a darning needle. It did come with a crochet hook here. This is just like super flimsy and it would have just been really annoying to crochet with, and I just, like I said, I don't recommend market prepping with a hook that you're not comfortable with. It just isn't, it's just not going to work out well. And only having one size and not even like really knowing what size this is because it doesn't even say. But then the darning needle is a piece of crap, and so that was just pointless, and I used nothing inside of that kit. And darning needles, you can get one, I think on sale right now at Michael's, because Michael's is having like their big 40% off sale. They are like 49 cents or something like that for the darning needles that I use, and when they're not, they're only like 99 cents, so they're actually cheaper than the dollar store. So that's another thing, you know, that even if they did have them at the dollar store, being $1.25, you know, sometimes at the dollar store, it's not like you can get stuff cheaper elsewhere. You can get stuff cheaper at Walmart or just other stores. You can get stuff cheaper because it's cheaper than $1.25. You know, everything there is set, you know, not to be cheaper than $1.25. So yeah, that's that one, supplies. So my experience with this, I do not like crocheting with acrylic yarn. I don't. I hate it. It was not fun for me. I wish that I would have just gotten, you know, all of the chenille yarn, but like they only had 3 colors, so I was kind of restricted on that. So I don't mind crocheting with certain acrylic yarn, but I like it to be a blend, and I'm just like more picky. I don't like how fuzzy it is, and I know people like take a lighter to their stuff and burn it, and that's just a lot for me. Yeah, so it's just like really fuzzy, and so I feel like it kind of just, it doesn't look as like clean and polished. I'm like a little bit of a perfectionist in terms of just like my crocheting and stuff like that. So I just didn't like it. I don't like the acrylic that's at the dollar store. It's too fluffy, too fuzzy. And then the cotton, it's not awful, but it's also pretty fuzzy. Like it still gets really fuzzy. Let me see if I can find, like, so on this plant here, I don't know if it'll pick up, but it's like still like really fuzzy even though it's cotton. So yeah, the chenille yarn's fine. I don't mind it. It's standard. And I feel like, you know, when it comes to making amigurumi, there's certain stuff that looks good in acrylic and other stuff that looks better in plush yarn. I have a lot of respect for people who just use, not even, you know, acrylic worsted weighted yarn, I should say, because a lot of people use cotton yarn for amigurumi, but like worsted weighted yarn versus like, you know, plush yarn. Yeah, some stuff looks better one way or the other. I have a lot of respect for people who use worsted weighted yarn for amigurumi because it takes a lot of time and it hurts. Like, I don't know about anybody else, but it hurts my fingers. It takes a lot of time and it still comes out to be, you know, obviously a lot smaller. So yeah, I don't know. It's just like it's just not really my thing. I don't know. I prefer to use my plush yarn. Ultimately, when I did the math, let me see here. When I did the math, so for 50 grams of yarn, like that's what most of them, if not all of them, that's what they were. 50 grams of yarn for $1.25 came out to be 3 cents per gram, if I did my math right. And then when you do like 250 grams of, I think I did this math on like the Sweet Snuggles Light. Typically it's like $9.99, but there's always a sale, so I did the 20% off because there's just always 20% off at Michael's. Like there's just always that coupon. So that would be, I think, 3 cents a yeah, it would be 3 cents as well per gram. So it's like it's not like you're like really saving money, but if you were in a bind where, you know, you say you only have $20 and you want to add more stuff to your table, but you don't want to spend anything more than that, you want to add to your inventory for an upcoming market, I would say go for it. I would say go, you know, to the dollar store if you want to add, you know, some inventory, because I was able to do it with just the yarn there, and I still have yarn left over, which I will show how much I have left over. Yeah, so that's the only way I would do it, because ultimately, if you're gonna like market prep like a lot, and to you know you're gonna be making like a lot, and you want to fill a table and whatnot, you're gonna want to invest in a little bit more yarn. So it would make more sense to buy it in bulk or just in bigger, you know, skeins. You know, the yarn being similar in price, like I said, it's fine, but you can just get such better yarn at other craft stores. But like I said, if you're in a bind, you only have $20, you want to add more to your table, you know, head to your, you know, nearest Dollar Tree and see if they have some yarn, see what they got, and you could make some pretty cute stuff there that I'm sure would sell at your next market. So I enjoyed getting out of my comfort zone and crocheting with some, you know, worsted weight yarn, you know, the acrylics and the cottons and stuff like that. I will not be buying that yarn again. The only way I would buy more yarn from there is if they have more of the chenille yarn in like different colors and stuff. I would grab it just because it's not, you know, any more expensive than if I were to buy it in another store and stuff. It'd be like, you know, if they have some cool colors, I'd probably grab it if I was at the dollar store. So that is this week's video. If you liked this video and you want to see others like it, or if you have any recommendations for videos that you would like to see in the future, you know, comment down below, leave me a comment, show your love. It's, you know, like this video and subscribe. It's it's a free way to just show your support and to help me, you know, continue making these videos. And I love doing this, and I love chatting with you guys. Every time I get a comment, I get so excited because I love to talk. So I answer back to every comment if I can. So yeah, but other than that, I think that's pretty much it. And thank you for watching, and yeah, bye.